Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Tonight, we're diving into the dark depths of basements with 3 bone-chilling true stories. So grab your flashlights and brace yourselves as we delve into the terrifying world of basement horrors. Our first story takes us to a small town in Pennsylvania, where a young couple, the Millers, moved into their dream home. It all started subtly, with strange noises emanating from the basement. Footsteps creaked on the wooden stairs, chains rattled, and disembodied whispers seemed to swirl around them whenever they dared to venture downstairs. At first, they brushed it off as old house settling. But as the days turned into sleepless nights, the occurrences grew increasingly disturbing. Objects moved inexplicably, cold spots sent shivers down their spines, and the feeling of being watched intensified. One evening, as Mrs. Miller stood at the top of the basement stairs, she felt an icy breath on the back of her neck. Turning slowly, she saw a hazy figure standing at the bottom of the steps, its eyes glowing with an eerie, otherworldly light. Terror choked her scream as the figure dissolved into thin air. Desperate, the Millers called in paranormal investigators, hoping for answers. Using EVP recorders and electromagnetic field detectors, the investigators captured chilling evidence of the unseen presence. Despite their efforts, the paranormal activity persisted, tormenting the Millers night after night. Our next tale leads us to the heart of Salem, Massachusetts, a town steeped in a dark history of witchcraft and the supernatural. An old Victorian house stood on the outskirts of town. While exploring the dusty attic of the house, a group of friends discovered a hidden door concealed behind a bookshelf. Curiosity piqued, they pried open the door, revealing a narrow staircase leading down into darkness. Armed with flashlights, they cautiously descended the creaking steps. The air grew heavy and stagnant as they reached the bottom. The beam of their flashlights illuminated a small, windowless room, its walls lined with shelves stacked high with strange and unsettling objects. There were antique dolls with vacant eyes, dusty books bound in leather with cryptic symbols, and jars filled with unidentifiable liquids. As they ventured deeper into the room, their lights flickered over a wooden table in the center, where a worn leather-bound journal lay open. Intrigued, they gathered around, their fingers trembling as they carefully turned the brittle pages. The faded ink revealed chilling entries, detailing strange rituals and sacrifices performed in the very room where they stood. Our final story takes us to the humid depths of Louisiana, where a young woman named Sarah rented an old plantation house outside of Baton Rouge. It all began with a faint scratching sound coming from beneath the floorboards. At first, Sarah dismissed it as mice or rats, but as the days turned into weeks, the scratching grew more frequent and insistent, spreading from the floor to the walls. One sweltering summer night, as Sarah lay in bed, she felt something crawl across her bare arm. Flicking on the bedside lamp, she gasped in horror as she saw a large, hairy spider scurry across her sheets. Grabbing a flashlight, she cautiously approached the basement door. As she slowly creaked open the door, a wave of musty air washed over her. Shining her light into the darkness, Sarah's blood ran cold. The basement floor was a writhing mass of cockroaches, their shiny exoskeletons reflecting the light. Overwhelmed with fear and disgust, Sarah slammed the basement door shut. She fled the house that night, leaving behind her belongings and the infestation. So there you have it, folks. 3 terrifying tales of basement horrors. Basements can be breeding grounds for our deepest fears, places where imagination runs wild and reality blurs with the supernatural. If you dare to venture into your own basement after hearing these chilling stories, remember to tread carefully. And if you enjoyed tonight's descent into darkness, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Until next time, sleep tight, if you can.